Hello everyone, this is Ikhlaq Khan. I welcome you all in the class 9 video series of subject economics. In these videos we started the first chapter, the story of village Palampur. Under story of village Palampur we have seen its overview, we have seen its introduction. Under introduction we have discussed the meaning of economics, difference between economics and economy, economic activities. Then what else we have seen is the fact regarding village Palampur, something that we have discussed. Then we have discussed some of the basic features regarding Palampur, the connectivity, nearby villages, families, availability of electricity and all. Then in coming we have discussed that whole chapter is divided in 3 parts: factors of productions, farming in Palampur, non-farm activity. In the previous videos we have covered factors of production which are related with the land, labor, physical capital and human capital. We have covered already the farming in Palampur. Under in farming in Palampur, what we have seen is the kinds of crops that Palampur people are cultivating. We have seen how the whole land is in use in Palampur, no land is left ideal and land is a fixed capital. Then we have seen the seasons, the Kharif crop, Rabi crops, Zaid crops. Then we have seen how these crops are cultivating in Palampur. What else we have seen is the way to increase the production in the same piece of land: mixed cropping, multiple cropping, irrigation, electricity, then modern farming method. Under modern farming method, what we have seen is the HYV seeds, high yield variety seeds, modern machines. Then this results for the what next, that was the green revolution, which you have seen in the previous video, the concept related with the green revolution. In this video what we will continue is with the will the land sustain, that with the proper use and that much not proper but extensive use of the land, which is a natural resource and which has a fixed capacity and like limitations. If we are forcing that particular piece of land to cultivate more, what will be the result? Will the land sustain? This is the topic that we will cover today. Will the land sustain means whether the land will maintain its fertility or will the land sustain for a long period of time. Scientific reports are there which indicates that modern farming methods have overused the natural resources, and natural resources are limited. If there will be any overuse of natural resources, it will have a negative impact on the environment. So indirectly, when we talk about will the land sustain, what we have to write, we have to answer regarding the ill effect or regarding the negative impact of the green revolution, or you can say negative effect of the modern farming also, because green revolution is modern farming only. So in this video we will discuss the negative impact of green revolution. This is very important question. Most of the time this is asked in a 4 marks of questions. The negative impact of green revolution. The first negative impact is the loss of soil fertility. The soil has its own fertility, natural fertility, but because of pesticide, insecticides and too much use of chemicals, the soil fertility is reduced by time. Then greater use of groundwater. As I told you, in modern farming what we are doing, with the help of electricity we are pumping out the groundwater, tube wells, through tube wells and all. With excessive use of groundwater, the level of groundwater and water level will reduce drastically, and to maintain this groundwater level will be very difficult. Western Punjab, not only Western Punjab but whole Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, they all are facing the severe problem of the depleting or reducing water level because they are excessively using the groundwater. Moving on next, difficult to restore soil fertility. As we have seen, the soil fertility will reduce and difficult to restore the groundwater level. Because of development of fertilizers, soil fertility is reducing, and because of excessive use of groundwater level is reducing. So it's difficult to restore them because it's a natural resources. The time they take to come into existence is very high. Some around 1000 years, most of the time they take too much time to come into existence, and the rate at which what we are using is the numbers of time that they are coming into existence. So we must take care of environment for future sustained use. Otherwise it will be great difficulty for the future or for sustainable development. Hope the negative impacts of green revolution is clear to you. Moving on, next topic under farming only is how is land distributed between the farmers of Palampur. We have seen that all land is useful and no land was left ideal, but we have to see that how land is distributed in village Palampur. What we have seen that there are how many families? 450 families are there. Out of this 450 families, there is 1/3, 150 families are landless. 150 families are landless. Those do not have any piece of land. 240 families cultivate small plots. They are cultivating in a small plot. Even plots less than 2 hectares, they are considered as cultivating in small plots. Then 60 families are there of medium and large farmers who are cultivating more than 2 hectares of land. So in this way, this is the distribution of land in village Palampur. Like 1/3 was family members were there who do not had any kind of land with them. Most of the farmers were of small size. They were cultivating less than 2 hectares, and only few 60%, only 60 members, 60 family members were there who were the large and medium size of farmers, those who were cultivating in more than 2 hectares of land. Let us move to next topic, which is who will provide the labor. For your information, let me tell you that all these things which are prepared by me is strictly as per the NCERT. Go through the link that I have provided you. You will find it very easy to connect with me. Okay, then who will provide the labor? As I told you, the factors of production we have discussed, that in factors of productions what we need labor. From where the labor will be provided to farming, for farming activity, because it requires too much hard work, it requires too much labor and all. So from where the labor will be there? The labor will be from villages or nearby villages. Most of the time what happen, the farm laborers come either from landless families, because they do not have any other work, because they don't have land, so they are bound to work in some other land or some other kind of work, or families cultivating small plots. So those families who do not have their own land, or those who have very small piece of land, they are working as a labor in the field of large farmers. Then wages paid to them can be in kind or cash. Cash means in form of monetary, in cash form, or it can be in kinds. Kinds means sometimes the big farmers or the employer giving them cloths, they are giving some output. If they are cultivating rice or harvesting rice, so they are giving some quantity of rice or wheat to them. Then some livestock also they are giving. Livestock means some animals and all. So wages can be in cash or kind. Then examples are in your book related with these, how there are certain farmers, those who are like serious about the effect. Like there is a story of Dala and Ramkali, there is a story of Savita and Tejpal. You will find it easy once you will go through these story also, you will find it easy to connect with. Next, let us move to next, the capital needed in farming. The capital needed in farming. What is capital? Capital is the amount contributed by the owner in the business. In order to carry out any activity, any farming activity, you require some capital, some working things. Capital are divided in 2 parts. We have seen what are those 2 parts. One is physical capital and one was human capital. Physical capital and human capital. Physical capital, fixed and working capital. Then modern farming, more capital is required, because in primitive farming there was very less capital, but in modern farming capital is required too much. Tractors, threshers, electricity facility you requires, money you require for pesticide, insecticides, irrigations. Then more money, machines, tools are required. Small farmers have to borrow money from large farmers or money lender, because if they wish to do the work of cultivations or in field work, they need some money, because they have to purchase seeds, they have to arrange for fertilizers. So these things are there which requires money. So in this way capital is required. And from where the capital was arranged? There was large farmers who have their own saving, so they are using their own savings, large and medium farmer. But for a small farmer it was a problem. they were arranging from their small saving, and sometimes they have to borrow the money from the big farmers or from money lender. And when they are borrowing money, the rate of interest was high also, because what happened in rural area and all, if any farmer is borrowing money, so money lender, in order to get more benefit, they are giving the amount at a high rate of interest. Medium and large farmers have their own saving. I hope the concept of the capital needed in farming is clear to you. In farming, the farmers require physical and human capital also. Labors also, labors we have seen how the labors will be arranged. Those small farmers are there, they are working in their own field. Big farmers are there who are getting farmers from landless areas, or those farmers who are working in the small patch of land. Capital we have seen, money, tools, and how they will be arranging. Big farmers have their own savings and money with them, but small farmers are arranging it through the help of borrowings from the money lenders, which is the high rate of interest. Let us move further. Now what we will be seeing is the sale of surplus product. When we have seen the farming is done, in case of farming, what we have seen, the kinds of crop they are cultivating, seasonal crops and all. Sometimes they are also cultivating sugar. Then whenever a farmer is there who is cultivating any crop, suppose if he has enough more than his requirement, surplus means the extra. The word surplus over here means the extra. If a farmer have extra than the requirement he has, then what he will do with that extra? He can keep in store for his further use. But what happen, as I told you, in a village, if one is involved in cultivation of crop, then apart from this food, apart from this rice, sugar cane or wheat, he also needs something other. Money he needs, money for educations, money for buying cloth, money for buying other materials from home. And the money he will get by selling of the surplus product. Where they will sell the surplus product? They will sell the surplus product in their village also, and in nearby near two villages, that is Raiganj and Sahpur. So small farmers have little surplus, but big farmers have large surplus. Medium and large farmers supply the farm product in the market nearby villages. In this way they are getting money from the surplus product that they have. I hope these concepts are clear to you. One more concept is left that we will cover in our next video, that is non-farm activities in village Palampur. Till that time, revise these chapters very nicely so that you will find it easy to prepare the notes also. Once in the next video, I will cover the non-farm activities in Palampur, which is the last topic. A small topic it is. I will give you some of the other work also that you are supposed to do in your copy, which will be checked later on. Thank you very much. Have a very good day ahead.